So, recently I made a video talking about the top 5 worst bosses, from my opinion, from the Legend of Zelda series. And honestly, that left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, I hate bad-mouthing any video game just because I know how much work and how smart people have to be to make them. And I just hated talking bad about one of my favorite video game series from Nintendo. So, for this video, I am going to be talking about my top 5 best Legend of Zelda bosses from the Legend of Zelda series, from Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, whatever they may be. The top 5 bosses is what I'm going to be talking about. So, without further ado, let's start with number 5. Coming in at number 5 will be from one of my favorite games from Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Taking the number 5 spot in favorite bosses would be the King of Evil himself, Ganondorf. This has got to be one of the best boss fights in one of the older Legend of Zelda games. I mean, not only is getting to Ganondorf a challenge itself, after you break the barrier that's like keeping Link from going after Zelda after Ganondorf kidnaps her. He has to go through levels of fighting these skeleton pirates, he's fighting these iron knuckles, and finally you get to the top level of his castle where you fight Ganondorf, and an amazing game of Dead Man's Volley. You get to slice him up, and after you beat him and escape his castle after he's trying to destroy it, you get the second phase of the battle, which is just crazy. I mean, Ganondorf, he uses the power of the Triforce of Power to transform himself into his true form Ganon, which is like a dragon pig-like creature with 2 giant swords, and you use the environment of the destroyed castle to avoid his attacks while trying to take out that rainbow tail, which is his weak point. It ends with Link slashing up his face. A great ending to that boss battle. It is so good. With the music itself to it, you have the feeling that if you don't beat Ganondorf at this point during your battle, Hyrule is gonna be destroyed. It's gonna be under Ganondorf's rule from then on. No one will be able to stop him. So it's up to Link to take this task upon himself to finally defeat Ganondorf. It is one of the best fight in the Legend of Zelda series. So, it may take number 5, but it's an amazing fight. Taking the number 4 spot, we have the mechanical goat, or horse, or whatever he is, Got from Majora's Mask. This was probably, honestly, the only fun boss from the Majora's Mask game. And even the temple itself, the Snowhead Temple, I did enjoy going through it. But fighting God definitely made going through the temple worth it. I mean, you're going through this ring while God is going through it, and you're chasing him the entire time while you're in that Goron form. You use the spikes when Link goes like super turbo sonic speed to take out Got to do him damage. At the meantime, if you get behind Got will be dropping these bombs, or he'll be shooting these lightning bolts behind him, and you gotta be careful not to run into those so you won't take damage. Also, you're using magic while you're having the spikes on you in Goron form. So along the ring, there's pots that you can break open that have those magic vials that you can use to restore your magic, but at the same time you gotta keep an eye on the magic bar so you don't run out. It is one of the funnest boss fights. Apparently there is a cheat though where you can just hide in the corner of one of the rings, or somewhere there's a place where you can avoid Got's attacks, and you can be Human Link and just shoot arrows at him. until you finally defeat him. But that takes away the fun of it. The fun of this boss fight is to be able to go in circles around the track and basically just ram into this robot, or like Goron punch him once you make him crash, and then just do that over and over again for a period of like 5 times. It's just super fun. It feels like it's a giant horse race, and yet there's also bombs, explosions going on, lightning blasts going on. There's so much going on to this boss fight. Plus the fact that you can slice him up as young Link or punch the crap out of him as Goron Link. It's one of the boss fights that is really enjoyable that came from Majora's Mask. Even though I hate the Majora's Mask game, the boss fight of got definitely is one that's going to be remembered forever, just because how the battlefield is designed to it, how the fighting mechanics are designed. That's why it takes number 4. It's just a super fun fight that's highly enjoyable, no matter what. Number 3 comes from a boss that I feel like a lot of people didn't like. They didn't appreciate it. It's another water level. It's from the water temple from Twilight Princess. That one was definitely interesting. Like I said in my last video, Nintendo really makes water levels difficult, but I thoroughly enjoyed this boss fight in the water temple, with the boss being Morphle. And Morphle has a really interesting boss fight to him. I mean, you get into the arena, and it's just like, there's nothing. Like, Link's just floating in the dark. You gotta put on the iron boots when you float to the bottom of the tank where Morphle is. It's just this tentacle sticking out of the water. And at the beginning, the first phase of the boss fight is very much like the boss fight with Morpha in Ocarina of Time. But it's an eyeball that's in the tentacle, and Link just has to use the hook shot to hook the eyeball to get it out of the tentacle. Once he gets it out of the tentacle, he can slice it up. And what the second phase of it is, after Link does enough damage to the eyeball, then Morphle will reveal his true form, which is basically this giant eel's body with a giant mouth in front of it. And this is my favorite part of it, because the arena is just like this Colosseum-like design. It's just this big circular room with Morphle just swimming around it. So Link takes off the iron boots, and if he's not careful, yeah, he'll get sucked into Morphle's mouth and get chewed up to take damage. But what I love is that Link, he can swim above Morphle, and that's when you hook shot onto Morphle's head. Well, he has like this little crater where the eyeball is, and Morphle will like go crazy. He'll go swimming around, and Link will be just hanging on to like the crater where the eyeball, like the eyeball socket, and he'll just be slashing the eyeball while Morphle's like going crazy swimming around the arena. I loved it. It felt like a major thrill ride. Like, some people didn't like it. They felt it was too easy of a boss fight, especially for the temple going through that kind of maze-like water temple. But I loved it. I thought it was thrilling, exciting. It was a perfect music for the boss fight. It kept me really engaged in this boss fight. For that, it's got to take number 3. Not only do I think it had a really cool boss design for Morphle, but it had a callback to one of the worst bosses of Ocarina of Time, and it was just a really fun time, I thought. I had a lot of fun fighting it, really engaging, so that takes number 3. For number 2, we have the boss of the Wind Temple from Tears of the Kingdom, Colgera. I I love the Wind Temple in Tears of the Kingdom. Not only is it really fun to actually get up to the giant ship in the sky, which is the the Wind Temple, but it's fun to be able to bounce on those other ships, to be able to use the avatar of Tulin to get up high enough so you can actually bounce onto the ships and float down onto the Wind Temple. But also, there are parts of the Wind Temple that feel like a Mission Impossible. Like, there's that little laser room where Link can gradually descend, like, flow in past the lasers. It is super cool. Plus, I love the design of the Wind Temple, and the boss fight is just really fun. It's fun to use those bomb arrows to shoot holes in him the entire time. You can fly through those holes. It may be a super easy boss fight, but the fact that you get Tulin as the avatar is just great. I mean, Tulin is probably my favorite character from Tears of the Kingdom. Not only is he really useful as an avatar, just because like every shot he makes is a headshot in Tears of the Kingdom, but he's just fun to fight with. And the boss fight, Colgera, he has a really cool design to him. Like, he has like a scorpion-like looking face with the body of a serpent. Plus, it's really fun just to be able to look through those giant ice sheets where you need to shoot to do damage to him. It may be a really easy boss fight, but the environment is really cool. The fact that you're taking him on in a giant wind/snowstorm, that's awesome. And it's just fun how creative this boss fight got to be. I enjoyed it a lot. So, that takes number 2. And coming in at number 1 would be King Ganondorf again, except from Twilight Princess. And the reason this takes number 1 is that all the phases that he goes through in this game. I mean, the very first phase when he takes control of Princess Zelda, makes her his puppet, and you play Dead Man's Bally with Zelda, while at points she'll like make these designs on the floor, which will cause electric shocks that you gotta avoid. All the meanwhile, you're hitting the electric ball back and forth. Then once you get that done, when Zelda gets back to her normal self, Ganondorf will take on the form of the giant beast. You gotta go into wolf form. You use Midna to be able to catch Ganondorf and to throw him to the side. And then as Wolf Link, you attack the scar that Ganondorf has on his stomach. And then you have a giant, awesome horseback battle as Zelda will be shooting light arrows at Ganondorf as you ride Epona through the fields of Hyrule. You're also being attacked by Ganondorf's followers. Once you finally shoot down Ganondorf from his horse, then you get a sword battle, which is a little arena, because like the Twilight Force field is blocking you off from Zelda. You got this small rectangle-like area to fight Ganondorf. It's an amazing, amazing fight, especially when you get in a sword lock with Ganondorf. He's really tough in this boss fight, but he's amazing to fight. I loved every minute of it. The music to it sounds like there's impending doom coming, plus it's in the middle of a thunderstorm. You got Epona in the background that's blocked off from her master. All Zelda can do is watch. There's lightning in the background. It is one of the best boss fights with Ganondorf that has ever been created. Better than the boss fight with him in Tears of the Kingdom, in my opinion, and even Ocarina of Time. But super dope. Link ends up plunging the Master Sword into Ganondorf's chest. Super cool. Oh man. Such an amazing boss fight. Very difficult, but just an amazing boss fight. So, that's why it takes number 1. Super fun. I know there are a lot of Zelda games that have a lot of great Zelda boss fights to them, especially like Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild, but these were my top 5, in my opinion, that are the funnest, that I always go back to, because I just enjoy replaying those boss fights. Anyway, that's what I got for you. If you have a favorite boss fight, please let me know what game it is in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm working on Sonic Cross Worlds, a racing game. I always mean to go into work on that video, but I just find myself being addicted to the gameplay of it because it's amazing. I don't know how long the video will be. I know it'll probably be a long one just because it's such an amazing game. I have so much to talk about it, but Sonic Cross Worlds video will be coming out someday. Anyway, that's what I got for you. I hope you liked it, and yeah, we'll see you next time.